Imagine walking along a peaceful, sun-drenched coastline. The waves are gently lapping at the sand, and the salty breeze feels cool against your skin. But then you see it. A massive, dark shape resting where the water meets the shore. It's a whale. It looks like a fallen giant, silent and still. You might feel a sense of sadness, or perhaps awe at its sheer size. But as you get closer, you notice something strange. The whale's body looks tight, swollen, almost like a giant, gray balloon stretched to its absolute limit. You don't know it yet, but you are standing next to one of nature's most disgusting and dangerous ticking time bombs. This is the story of why whales explode, and trust me, it's far more scientific and explosive than you think. To understand why a whale turns into a biological grenade, we first have to look at how they are built to survive in the deep, freezing ocean. Whales are mammals, just like us, but they have a massive layer of fat called blubber. This blubber can be over a foot thick. It's the perfect insulator, keeping them warm in water that would freeze a human in minutes. But once the whale dies and washes ashore, that life-saving insulation becomes a deadly trap. The moment a whale's heart stops, the process of decay begins. Inside the whale's massive stomach and intestines, there are trillions of bacteria. In life, these bacteria help digest food. In death, they go into overdrive. They begin to break down the whale's internal organs, and as they eat, they produce gases, mostly methane, hydrogen sulfide, and ammonia. In a normal land animal, these gases might leak out slowly, but a whale isn't a normal animal. Remember that thick layer of blubber? It acts like a heavy-duty airtight seal. The gas has nowhere to go. It's trapped deep inside the carcass. On a hot beach, the sun beats down on the dark skin, heating the body like a giant oven. The heat makes the bacteria work even faster, producing more and more gas. The internal pressure starts to climb. The whale's belly distends, stretching the skin until it's as hard as a drum. At this point, the whale is no longer a creature. It's a pressurized vessel holding hundreds of pounds of built-up force. Eventually, something has to give. Sometimes, a curious person might poke the carcass, or a scavenger might bite into it. Other times, the skin simply can't hold the pressure anymore. The weakest point, usually the throat or the belly, finally snaps. What happens next isn't a slow leak. It's a violent, cinematic eruption. In a split second, the internal pressure forces everything out at once. We're talking hundreds of pounds of decomposing organs, blood, and blubber being launched into the air like a cannonball. The smell is something you can't imagine. A mix of rotting eggs, old garbage, and oily musk that can stick to your clothes for weeks. In 1970, people in Oregon tried to solve a whale problem using dynamite, thinking it would break the body into tiny pieces for birds to eat. Instead, it sent massive chunks of rotting blubber raining down on onlookers and crushing cars parked over a quarter-mile away. It was a mess that became legendary. But even without dynamite, nature provides its own fireworks. When you see a whale on a beach, it's a reminder of the incredible power of biology. Even in death, these giants of the deep demand our respect and a very wide berth, because beneath that quiet, still exterior, a chemical storm is brewing, waiting for the perfect moment to let go. Nature is beautiful, yes, but it's also incredibly messy. So, if you ever find yourself on a beach next to a giant, bloated whale, don't stop for a selfie. Turn around and run, because that giant is about to pop.